The boy just threw out a wooden stick, but it killed his best friend. He was in deep trouble. He ran away, but as he ran, he suddenly stopped, and after a brief moment of calm, a sinister plan came into his mind. So without stopping, he turned back and decided to hide the truth forever, and then with determination he pushed the body into the deep crevice. He thought that no one would find him for miles and miles in the middle of nowhere. After doing so, he quickly left the scene of the crime, but as he passed by a road, he noticed a car approaching. Nick, who was a thief, immediately took refuge behind a large tree, but the passing cars did not notice anything unusual. Nick returned home without incident, but found that the body of the duvet on the drag accidentally cut a slit in order. Not to arouse the suspicion of the parents, he immediately hid the duvet under the bed. Soon the boy's mother came to the door to ask Nick if he had seen his son. But Nick's psychological strength is extremely strong lied that the boy went to the other side of the road. The distraught woman searched for her son, but he was nowhere to be found in the whole town. The next day, Nick woke up to find a crowd of police and neighbors discussing the boy's disappearance. At the same time, the news also released a missing person notice to broadcast the boy's disappearance and remind residents to keep an eye on their children. The police speculated that there might be a human trafficking gang in the town, and the news of the boy's disappearance instantly swept through the town. In order to find the missing boy as soon as possible, the police asked all residents to assist in the investigation. And soon it was Nick's turn, although Nick's appearance did not change his face. But in fact, his heart had already been scared out of his wits in the face of the police officers' questioning. He flatly denied that he had no contact with the boy that day. But as he was talking, there was a knock on the door, and two officers began whispering about a few witnesses who had seen the boy follow Nick into the woods. When Nick heard this, he panicked instantly and was afraid that the police would suspect him. So when the police officers questioned him again, Nick lied and said that he had indeed been to the forest that day. But he said that he had gone there alone and did not know that the boy had followed him there. And anyway, he had never seen the other side. Nick managed to hide the truth with his harmless appearance. With a child missing in broad daylight, the town's police department was under pressure to start a carpet search of the neighborhood, but there was still no sign of the boy. The police had no choice but to call all the residents into the surrounding forest to start searching. Nick was worried that his secret would be discovered, so he secretly joined the army, but he only dared to follow behind and prayed that the secret in the cracks would be able to escape the search. Nick was trembling with fear as they approached the hiding place, and just as he was about to face the worst, they suddenly stopped searching because it was getting dark and the police had decided to look again tomorrow when drones and dogs would be deployed to assist in the search. Nick was thunderstruck when he heard this, and now he could only wait and see what would happen. But when he returned to his bedroom, he realized that the torn duvet he had hidden under the bed had disappeared. And when he crept downstairs, he found his mother thoughtfully mending the duvet. But he was not aware of the fact that his mother had not found it. In fact, from Nick's recent outbursts of anomalies, his mother had vaguely guessed that her son might have become a murderer, but she was still counting on her son to provide for his old age. After careful consideration, she decided to bury the matter deep in her heart. And the bed of Nick is in endless panic, worried about the truth of his own murder was revealed. Who knows that late at night things have ushered in a shocking reversal.